This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
We are in a weather alert tonight. Areas south and east of St. Louis have been dealing with storms over the last few hours, but good news at this hour, most of our viewing area is in the clear. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
I'm Kelly Jackson. The storms have moved to our east and the St. Louis area. It's already seen some sunshine. Let's check in with meteorologist Jim Castillo. Some good news finally.
Yeah, you know, no new warnings, and the flood advisory that was issued for southern St. Clair County just was allowed to be canceled a little bit earlier. It was till about 6:30. So places around the New Athens area and also Marissa had 2 to 3 inches of rainfall. In fact, here are the totals. Marissa, almost 3 inches. Swansea, Illinois, 1.5. Farmington, 2 inches. And then you get to Chester, Illinois, about 1,400ths. Webster Groves, about 1,100ths, and even Lambert, less than that. So Doppler weather radar is still showing some good rainfall, and we need it all the way through Salem, Illinois, and up to almost Vandalia. Looks like it's coming to an end there. And Effingham to Flora, approaching that area. It's still hot and humid out ahead of that batch of showers and storms. But these are all sub-severe, but a lot of lightning and a lot of downpours. So take it easy on the roadways. A lot of ponding on these roadways, those areas that get hit hard. Perryville, Missouri to Chester, just about coming to an end with that rain. Coming up, though, a couple of days where we get cooler and a break in the rain, and then more chances for some heavier rain for this weekend. More on that coming up in just a bit.
All right, see you, Jim. These storms could benefit a few neighborhoods by cooling them down. Thousands are still without power from the last storms, and that means no AC.
5 on your side's Tracy Hinson met with some fed-up homeowners today. She's live tonight outside Ameren headquarters with an update on the effort to restore power. Tracy.
Mike and Kelly, it's anyone's nightmare. You don't have AC and the weather's as hot as this. Those homeowners told me their thermostats have read off between 90 and 100 degrees, and that's going on no power since Saturday. And they weren't the only ones. We checked on University City, Overland, and Normandy too. Lots of linemen out, mostly out-of-area companies who are helping Ameren. We saw tree work, line work, and even new power poles being put in. But on Gilmore Avenue in St. Louis's Walnut Park East neighborhood, not a truck in sight. One man has had a power line down in his backyard since Saturday.
I do have lines down in my backyard, and I've called them every day since the line been down. I have not gotten nobody out here to see about the lines. Every time I call, oh yeah, we put a ticket in, I'll put another ticket in, I'll put another ticket in. Nobody has come out to even look at the lines.
I followed up with Ameren today to try to get answers for that neighborhood, and it was bad news for McKinney Jr.'s street, for especially his side of the street. Ameren said the damage there is extensive and that it will take days to repair, and a lineman, as of this afternoon, has still not been out. Live in St. Louis, Tracy Hinson, 5 on your side.
Well, and a reminder, you can always get the Weather First forecast sent to your phone. Just text the word weather to 314-425-5355.
St. Louis police, fire, and EMS officials are looking back at response times during this weekend's deadly storms. Today, public safety leaders outlined the timeline of their efforts to save a woman trapped under a fallen tree in the Grove. The woman died. Crews say low staffing levels and a flood of emergency calls contributed to chaotic logistics as fire and police raced to several scenes at once. They're urging the public to stay on the line and not hang up when you dial 911.
These calls are answered in the order received. So if they call and they hang up and then they call back, they're going to the back of the line. And that's causing a lot of challenges and frustration on the public's end, because they're trying to get through and they're trying to get through. But the way the system is designed, by hanging up, you go back to the end of the line.
The city has 21 available phone lines to take 911 calls. Any calls that exceed that amount are routed through a touch tone answering service or forwarded to dispatchers in nearby locations. The city plans to open a new consolidated 911 center in early 2026.
New video shows chaotic moments during 4th of July celebrations in downtown St. Louis. Illegal fireworks, explosions, even a joyride on construction equipment.
Justina Coronel joins us live downtown tonight with some of the response from police. Justina.
Yeah, so first off, a lot of people said they had a great time at Fair St. Louis and that they felt safe, but a lot of this chaos happened after that, now closer to midnight. Police tell me that they were all hands on deck, and yet there was just a ton of activity. Now, 5 on Your Side's Jacob Kurth taped a lot of that action on camera. Right after midnight, a man stole a scissor lift and was driving it on Market Street. Police say the machine was recovered by the owner on 8th and Market, so a few blocks down the road. Shortly before 12:30 near Market and 10th, you can see 2 men as one throws a firework inside a porta potty. Police add there was another porta potty that was caught on fire on North Broadway as well. We also saw a ton of fireworks going off near the AT&T building and throughout the area. Beyond that, there were 2 separate shootings downtown. Downtown resident Les Sturman with the group Citizens for a Greater Downtown St. Louis said he was up all night with the noise.
Downtown was taken over by groups of young people, and that continued pretty much till 2 or 3 in the morning, when we heard a big explosion right around 3. Kids were shooting fireworks out of cars, out of buildings, off of rooftops, shooting at each other.
Police said that they addressed the problems the best that they could, and it was a very busy 4th of July. Now, they also want to tell families that downtown is not a place for kids and teens to be left downtown unattended. Reporting live, Justina Cornell, 5 on Your Side.
Tonight, a St. Charles County family is grieving after losing a father and a husband to an early morning house fire. Just minutes ago, he was identified by St. Charles County Police as Stephen Kelling. The fire happened shortly after midnight in the Arlington Heights neighborhood. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barcheski talked with neighbors who saw this tragedy unfold.
A neighbor who lives across the street says she ran over as soon as she could to make sure the family here was okay, but she wishes she could have done more.
Central County Fire and Rescue says they received multiple calls for a garage fire around 12:15 Wednesday morning on Arlington Drive. When they arrived, they initially thought 4 people were involved, but later learned it was only 3 and the family dog, a mom and 12-year-old daughter who survived, and 49-year-old dad who died in the fire. Fire officials say they haven't ruled out fireworks as a possibility, but most of the neighbors say they stopped hearing fireworks around 10 p.m., roughly 2 hours before the fire. Caitlin Feeney and her dad spent most of the early morning comforting the family affected by the fire in their yard across the street. Caitlin's dad gave us permission to talk with her as she was the first one out there.
I couldn't run into the house myself, obviously. I'm not a firefighter. And so I just kind of stayed with her and I comforted her. I told her that she was safe, that her mom was safe, that all she could do was stay safe.
The exact cause of the fire is still under investigation, but the fire department is fairly certain that this started in the garage.
Reporting in St. Charles County, Laura Barcheski, 5 on Your Side.
Investigators believe fireworks may have caused a fire that destroyed a pavilion in St. Louis County. It happened around 1 this morning at Drace Park in Town and Country, and as you can see, there's really nothing left of the pavilion. Evidence at the scene points to fireworks, but investigators are still looking into it.
A woman is dead after crashing into an ambulance head-on. This happened on Highway 61 near New London, just south of Hannibal last night. The woman who died has been identified as Terry Rucker, a woman from Bowling Green. The Missouri State Highway Patrol says she was driving the wrong way when she crashed into the ambulance, injuring 2 people inside.